Okay, so medical terminology have typically 2 to 3 parts. It just depends on the term. But what the 2 parts you will always have are the word root and the suffix. You always have those 2 pieces. Prefix, you may or may not have one for a term, and we'll look at some. All right, so the word root is like the basic or foundation piece of the word. It usually is describing or or providing, I guess you could say, the body part. So like heart is cardi. So anytime we see the word root cardi, then we know that whatever that term is related to the heart, or it's talking about the heart.
Good afternoon, Burke County High School faculty and staff. We have one announcement for this afternoon.
Sorry, y'all.
The CTAE department would like to help celebrate National Custodian Day, which is today. We want to show our appreciation by doing a nice random act of kindness activity. CTAE will clean and sanitize their room next Friday, October 9th, during 4th block. We have the cleanest school thanks to our custodians. Happy National Custodian Day. Thank you.
Well, how nice is that? Oh, okay. I volunteered to help too, but that's going to be great. Okay, so back to where we were. Suffixes is the next part, and those are found at the end or right behind the word root. And that normally tells us like what is being done to that body part. So what procedure, what condition, disease, or disorder is affecting it. So like I said, we use heart for the word root example. So if your patient has carditis, that means they have an inflammation of the heart. Okay. Cardiomegaly, there's enlargement of the heart. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Prefixes often, if there is a prefix for a medical term, it's always at the beginning of the word, before the word root. And it normally gives or indicates a location, a time, a quantity, like how many, or status of the actual word root. So, I don't know, like bilateral cardiac involvement. That means both sides of the heart are involved. Okay, anyways, but you'll get there. This is basics. So I just want to go through it again just to make sure we're clear. So prefixes are at the beginning of the word. They normally define the word roots or explain like how something is happening. So hypotension, for example, is low blood pressure. Tension being the word root for blood pressure. Pressure, and then hypo means low. Okay, everybody got that? Okay. All right, then the suffix. Okay, once again, the suffix is at the ends and normally describes what is happening to the word root. So this one is appendicitis. What happened to the appendix? It is inflamed. Make sense? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Then the word roots like we talked about, or this, I don't know, my slides. I don't know if I was. Anyways, word root word, however you want to say it. It's the main word, and it's normally the it is usually the organ or whatever specific body part we're focused on. Combining vowels are not used. Okay. So let me go back. Sorry. Vowels are used to join a prefix and a word root, or a word root and a suffix. If there's no vowel in the suffix. Okay, and it makes the word easier to say. The most common, so let me explain that again. So the word root defines the main word, like what's the main focus? Is it a heart? Is it tissue? Is it the brain, eyes, whatever? But sometimes we need a vowel to join the prefix and the word root, or the word root and the suffix, and make the term easier to pronounce. And that is done when there is that is done when the suffix does not begin with a vowel. So, anyways, it'll make sense when you start learning medical terminology. Okay, so here are some example word roots. Gastro is stomach, cardio is heart, renal is kidney or nephro. And sometimes you'll see different word parts for the same organ. So you kind of pick which one you like to use, but you probably have to know both. You still need to know them all because you don't know how your colleagues are going to chart. Quad is 4. All right, so I could say carditis, like we talked about, or nephritis, which is inflammation of the kidney, gastritis, which is inflammation of the stomach. See how easy that is? Pretty amazing. We already talked about combining vowels. So basically, you need a combining vowel between a word root and a suffix, or between two word roots to make pronouncing the term easier to pronounce. The most common combining form is O. It's about zero. Is O. And so and these are some examples. So we got cardi O, cyan O, poly O, nur O, and you use it when the suffix begins with a consonant.